I hate it. What in the world did you send me? Why? Actually, let's not think about this too hard. Let's move on real quick before I stop thinking well of myself. It's not my fault that it takes a lot longer to read a book than it does to get excited about a book. I would like to defend myself, but it would all be a lie. So get your targeted insults right. If you haven't already heard, starting in the month of May, I will be updating my upload schedule back to 4 videos a week, 3 on this channel, 1 on the vlog channel, which will be linked down in the description, and hopefully I will have something on the screen here showing you, because I already have May planned out, so we have some really fun videos coming up that I'm really excited about. I've been uploading only 2 videos a week for a while now because with the adoption there's just been a lot of adjusting, good adjusting, it's been amazing, but adjusting, and I've just needed to focus more on family stuff, but things are just going really well right now, and I'm ready to start posting more because I miss it, man. I miss it so much. Anyway, today we are doing another memes video, which feels appropriate because when I announced being back from my adoption, from the maternity leave, I did a memes video, and now I'm announcing that, you know, almost 6 months later, I'm ready to start uploading more often. So hey, let's do it with a memes video. So I went on my Discord and I let people know that I'm going to do another meme video. People sent me a load of memes. We are now going to read them and, you know, just hang out and have a good time. Whispering no at a character because you know they're about to make a fool of themselves and kill you with secondhand embarrassment. Oh, yeah. I do this a lot, not only with that, like when a character, I mean, I'm fine with a character embarrassing themselves or just absolutely botching a social situation. I find that funny because I do that. And so it's nice to see someone else suffer. You see why I'm a Joe Abercrombie fan. Anyway, I enjoy that. But when a character is about to make a terrible decision for their life and for their plot, you know how it is. You know how it is. Sometimes the characters just aren't good at managing their own lives, which again, relatable, but when I see from the outside what the right choice is, and you don't, it does hurt. Bookworms will be like, this book will ruin your life and haunt you for eternity. You must read it. Absolutely. The books that make me cry the most, that make me scream the most in a positive way, not in a I'm so mad at how this book is handling the situation kind of way. Books that haunt me, that's the perfect way of putting it. Those are the books that I want to place in people's hands because, like, it's nice to have a book that's a good time. I enjoy reading a book that's just a good time, but I also forget those books. It's the books that haunt me that I want other people to experience too. Me, I hate cliches. Author, the grumpy one is soft for the sunshine one. Me, sobs, oh my goodness. The grumpy one is soft for the sunshine one. Listen, we readers, we are hypocrites. There's no getting around that, we just are. I am a terrible hypocrite as a reader. There will be books that I will complain, it is so filled with cliches, it's so filled with tropes, I saw everything coming, and then the next book I'll be screaming about in the most positive way. I'll be telling everyone to read it, and it's like, you could probably guess what's gonna happen here, and it has this trope and that trope and that trope, but I actually like these tropes, so it's fine, and it's just, some books you vibe with, some books you don't. Me reading the classics, I'm going to judge a character, such small font. I am going to judge a character by standards that are so modern. This is a real struggle though, but really, this is a real struggle. It's like, you know that certain things are going to be in classic books because they are going to be reflective of the time that they were written and set in. So you know that's there, and it's just kind of a given with a classic. But it's still uncomfortable to read, and I struggle with how much to talk about it because it's like, it's in every classic, but okay, I'll give you an example. Rebecca, amazing book. Well-loved, well-known. Rebecca is excellent. However, there's a character in it who isn't neurotypical, and he's labeled in the book, he's called in the book, throughout the entire book, he's called the idiot, which is very hard to read. But I also know that in this time, this is just the way certain things were viewed. And it's like, I don't want to not read this because I don't want to forget where we once were and how far we've come. But how much do I talk about it when I'm talking about the book? And how much do I mean, I don't judge, I don't ever get mad at a classic for not being written in 2022, right? But I do struggle with that balance of how much do I talk about this and how much do I just kind of reflect on it personally, but we all understand that this stuff is here because it wasn't written in 2022. Anyway, that was a little bit too meta probably for this particular video. Hello everyone, we're reassigning the fantasy accents. Please adjust accordingly. Elves are no longer wispy British. They're 1920s radio announcer, relics of a bygone age, weirdly disconnected from emotion. I hate it. I'm hearing it. Oh no, I'm picturing Legolas from the movies. And I can hear, I hate it. Oh, but I also kind of love it. Dwarves are from Boston now. Please leave the poor Scots be. They really don't deserve this. Oh no, my brother's really into dwarves and he also listens to dwarf metal music. Have you tried it? It's something, isn't it? Anyway. I can't quite reconcile this accent change. On a related note, halflings are specifically bad Irish. Sorry, Ireland. If you have a good Irish accent, please tone it down. You're wrong. Oh. Orcs are Texan. Everything is bigger. They have tusks. Overlap is abound. Oh no! I love and hate this at the same time. Oh, me, why is this book over? Why couldn't it be longer? What am I supposed to read now? Glances at a pile of unread books. Don't look at me like that. I don't think I have this problem too badly because as soon as I finish a book, I like to instantly jump into the next one so that I don't have too much of a book hangover, but I get it, I feel it. One does not stop buying books just because there is no more shelf space. Yeah. I'm gonna take a picture. Oh, I didn't bring my phone down here. I'll take a picture for you later. I have these shelves right here, which are my red shelves. And I have my shelves upstairs, which are my unread shelves. And then I have this cluster cuss sitting next to me that you don't see. That's just a massive pile of both read and unread books that there's no room for. And I haven't bought another bookcase yet. Someone out there right now is going to write someone else's favorite book of all time and is currently wondering if the story in their head is worth telling. Oh, that one's actually just really sweet and beautiful. And I love that. I mean, I'm not a writer and I mean, I enjoy writing for fun, but I really just don't have any interest in trying to publish. And not that I would ever, I genuinely don't think I'm good enough to publish, but if I ever got to that point, I'm a reader. But as a reader, from the reader's perspective, I think that's beautiful as well. I mean, that's beautiful for writers just for inspiration, but that's beautiful for a reader as well, as someone who just deeply and desperately loves stories. I love the value that this puts on stories and the concept of hyping up people of like, your story to tell could be the next one that moves someone. I love it. Sometimes you just gotta re-binge Avatar: The Last Airbender because life has lost all meaning. And the only person that is able to console you is Uncle Iroh. Oh, Uncle Iroh. My family has actually just started rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender. You may have seen that there's a video on my schedule that I put up earlier. I'm planning on talking about Avatar again. Not excessively, don't worry, this channel's still all about the literature, but I love Avatar and sometimes I want to talk about it. And I mean, I can't say that life has lost all meaning for me personally, but I can say that Iroh still makes me cry all the time and inspires me all the time. And Avatar is perfect and everyone should watch it. Inspirational story. There once lived an ugly duckling. He was always very lonely because he had no friends. Then one day he was like, oh wait, duh, I'm a swan. And he was the loneliest swan ever. The end. What in the world did you send me? Why? But why? Me, I need this book immediately. I would rather starve than not have a book right now. Also me, doesn't read it for 2 years. Ooh. That one hit a little bit too close to home. I don't think I excessively buy books. I probably buy 5 to 10 a month. No, that's probably accurate. Which is still probably too many. I mean, I read about 10 a month, so you would think it would be like a 1-to-1, but somehow it's not. Maybe I'm lying to myself about how much I buy. There are definitely books. I think just because I have such a long list of books that I've already read that I'm just dying to get to, and then I hear about another book and must visit the bookstore again. Like this morning, I was just watching a video. I don't have my phone down here, but I do have a laptop in my lap. This morning I was just watching a video by Books with Brandy Shanae, and I added 2 books to my list of books to try to find at the bookstore next time I go to the bookstore, which already has 4 books on it. And I've already bought several books this month. Actually, let's not think about this too hard. Let's move on real quick before I stop thinking well of myself. It's not my fault that it takes a lot longer to read a book than it does to get excited about a book. That's all I'm saying. I didn't create that problem, and until someone else resolves it, there's nothing I can do here. A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Shortly thereafter, I'm sorry, Frodo, I was delayed. I've seen this meme before, I've seen this talked about before. Lord of the Rings is perfect. No one can convince me otherwise, but I still love this kind of stuff. My books on bookshelf be like, yeah. I would like to defend myself, but it would all be a lie. It is most likely that I will die next to a pile of books I was meaning to read. Okay, now I feel like we're really honing in on a topic that feels a little bit personal to me, maybe to you too. I so badly want to be one of those people that has, like, I have my bookshelf full of unread books, I have my pile of unread books, and then I have my neat little cute section of my most excited unread books, the ones that I want to read right now, other than the books that I plan on picking up at the bookstore next time I go to the bookstore. And I wish I was the type of person that just had the right now, just that little cute stack and nothing else. And then, you know, I read a book, I get to buy a book. I read a book, I get to buy a book. Wouldn't that be nice? I know people like that. How do they do it? Are they wizards? People who just started One Piece. This place is full of mysteries for us. Also people who are caught up to One Piece. This place is full of mysteries for us. Yeah. Oda doesn't like to tell us things very quickly. And in fact, sometimes he likes to tell us something and then hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of chapters later pay it off. In fact, there are some things that it's like, from the beginning, I'm still curious. And we're 1,000 and some chapters in. But he'll get to it. I hope. No one. Authors. The undulated undulator. Undulated undulatingly with undulating undulators. Someone's getting banned today. Books I buy. Books I read. We have a theme here. Let's just move on quickly. Why did you recommend me that book? Now I'm obsessed. Me. If I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me. Thankfully, I have a family full of readers, and I have a lot of reader friends, and if I love a book, I can usually recommend it to someone. My dad, my mom, my brother, and my sister-in-law all have very different reading tastes. Every now and then, 1 or 2 of them will overlap, but generally they all do something different. So when I read a book that's excellent, I can usually pick someone that will also like it so I can make someone talk to me about it. So it works out. When the book you're reading is almost over and there's too many problems that need to be solved and you just have a mini panic attack, like, how in the world is the author going to sum all this up? Yeah. I get that though, I really do. When I'm reading a book, especially if I'm reading it physically, and it's like, there are this many pages left, and there's too much that you have left to do. It's very nerve-wracking because a bad ending can and does ruin books for me. Like a book that I'm loving and is gonna be one of my new favorites, and then we get a super rushed, convenient, unsatisfying ending, and then I'm like, I loved this book and now I don't anymore. Or now I have fond memories of it, but that's all. That's very frustrating. Way to bring down the mood. Some girls wanted a prince from Beauty and the Beast. I wanted the library. We all wanted the library. Nobody wanted the prince. We all wanted the library. Me, books I started reading, books on my shelf, books on my TBR, buying new books. Okay, let's stop being so targeted. I'm just trying to have a good time, and y'all are coming after me. Some people prefer playing video games, others prefer staring at marked slices of trees and hallucinating vividly for hours on end. I like both, but yeah, it's the hallucinations for me. After reading a book that ended with a cliffhanger, I'm okay. No, I'm not. Especially if the sequel isn't out yet. I could name a lot of names, actually. It's really hard to wait for the next book, and I'm not even good at reading sequels. I'm really good at reading one book, loving it, freaking out about it, and then picking up something else and never continuing on with the series. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be more focused on sequels. I'm trying. But when it's an excellent, amazing, fantastic book and the sequel isn't out yet, rude. Hi, I'm a huge fan. I've watched a lot of your videos. Okay then, tell me something I did that most people don't remember. Laffy. This is directed at me. This is actually about me, and it was Luffy. It was not Laffy. So get your targeted insults right. But yeah, when I reviewed the first saga of One Piece, I called the main character, whose name is Luffy, I called him Luffy. It's not my fault, somehow. Don't ask me how it's not my fault, but it's just not. Me, I'm in love. Friend, which fictional character is it this time? Probably Kaladin. It's always Kaladin. Me, opens a book. Me, sees detailed map. Me. Oh yeah, we've made some hardcore fantasy right here. We've got some hardcore. So, okay, I only recently learned that a lot of people will open up a map and then just turn the page. Like, what kind of monster does that? I see a fantasy map and just study it for a while. I want to get a good idea of the landscape. I want to see what areas look the coolest that I want to really hope that we travel to or that we visit somehow, or maybe there's a POV that's set there. And then if we have a traveling story, I am one of those readers that I'll be reading the travel and I'll flip back to the map as we change locations so I can kind of follow the journey with them. Maps are so fun. My friend is a DM, and when we do a campaign, we're gonna start a pirate campaign really soon for D&D, and he drew out these amazing pirate maps and maps of the islands. Oh my goodness, they're gorgeous. He's so talented. And it's like, to me, even if I weren't into D&D, I would want to do this campaign with him just so I could study the maps. Fantasy authors. Why can't authors just use said? Huh? Intoned Aaron vocally. Sorry, that was a strange thing to ask. Erwin generated sonically from his speech organs. Don't you know, said is dead. This is so much better. It's a lie. It is really annoying because there's beautiful writing and then I tried real hard to be beautiful, but actually I'm an amateur poet and no one's having a good time here. Do you think I reference dinosaurs too much when I write? I asked. She was silent, like the P in pterodactyl, but it said everything. I love this one. Oh, that is great humor. That's my favorite one. That is great humor. Oh, I love it. I love dinosaurs. I just like anytime dinosaurs are brought up. Oh, I really like that one. She was silent like the P in pterodactyl, but it said everything. I would read that book. Oh, I'd read that book. Ah. Now I'm sad it's not real. His green eyes widened in surprise. His emerald orbs broadened in astonishment. So the plain boring, his green eyes widened in surprise, but then the cultured way to say that is his emerald orbs broadened in astonishment. We already talked about that, so I don't need to harp on it more, but maybe I need to harp on it more. Things I do in my spare time. Read books, buy books, research books, review books, smell books, rearrange books. Minus the rearranging books, because I desperately need to rearrange my shelves and try to make more room, but I haven't, and I likely won't until my friend comes to visit me because she wants to work on my shelves, and I will happily dodge that bullet. But, I feel like you just maybe followed me around for a week and then made this meme about me. This is too close a look into my life. One Direction anime, One Direction for intelligence. Oh, this was posted by somebody who loves anime, and it's like a poking at myself, funny haha, but oh, man, do I get those comments. I mean, it doesn't matter what you post about, like there will always be people that say, hey, I don't like this content, please tailor your content more to my desires. But oh my goodness, do I get those comments, and it drives me wild. The whole like, I can't take you seriously as a reviewer when you are reviewing manga. It's like, all right, so just don't watch those videos. I mean, it's cool if you don't like every video I put up. It's cool if you're not interested in some of the things that I like to talk about, but can we stop the elitism, please? What gives people, I wanna be clear, that is not the majority of comments. There are so many positive, wonderful people. But I can't pretend that it doesn't come up a lot. What gives people feelings of power? Money, status, pushing 2 doors open at once and feeling like aircon. Okay, but actually, yes. And also, that was one of the first ways that I bonded with my daughter, like super sidetracked, this is not about books at all, but that was one of the first ways that I bonded with my daughter when we first adopted her, and we were still in the hotel because we were still waiting for the court dates and waiting for all the things to go. Adoption is process. So we're still in a hotel, stuck in a room, stuck in this hotel, waiting to get through all the things that you have to do before it's finally approved and you can finally go home. And we were all cooped up and we were all tired of being there, and she was very overwhelmed with everything that was happening. She's 2, by the way. She was 2 when we adopted her. She's still 2 because it's only been 5 months. So like very overwhelming process for her and for us and for everybody. And one of the first ways that I bonded with her was not pushing 2 doors. It was more of a Star Wars thing. And I have never even seen Star Wars, but when we would go up and down the elevator at the hotel, every time the doors were about to open, I would do like this really intense stance and I'd push my hand forward and then the doors would open, and she thought it was hilarious, and she started doing it every time we were on the elevator. She would push her hand forward and the doors would open, and she just thought it was the coolest thing ever. Walking around a bookstore with no money, I'll come back for you. But in reality, you'll come back with a new list of books, because by then, if you don't buy the book you wanna buy immediately, by the time you would buy the book, probably half of those books that you would have bought have been replaced with something else you're more excited about now. Oh, being a reader. Me begging, tears in my eyes, please, please just tell me what the book is about. The plot, please. A book annotation on the cover, unfazed. A subversive masterpiece, a deep and touching story, the New York Times bestseller. Read that last bit. Oh no, that got me. Oh, that's really true though. That is really, really true. That is so true, especially for like a classic or something that's really super hyped. The blurbs, and a lot of times even the back, it's like immersive and beautiful storytelling. The most complex woven tale will sweep you off your feet and take you on a ride you'll always remember. Does that sound like every blurb you've ever read? Me too. What's the book? What's the plot? Can you tell me if I'm actually gonna like it? No, don't tell me if I'm gonna like it. I know you think I will. Can you tell me what the story is so I can decide if I want to spend my money on it? Oh, I love that one. It is both relatable and hilarious. And so I'll end it there. That is this rendition of Bookish Memes. I hope you had a good time. I hope you got a couple chuckles out of it. A reminder that I will be posting now 4 videos a week, 3 on this channel, 1 on the vlog channel. You can also join my Patreon if you feel like it, if you want some monthly buddy reads, some awesome hangouts, once a month live streams now. That's also linked in the description. Be sure to chat with me more. What was your favorite meme? Mine is the last one. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Thursdays on the vlog channel. I'll see you again soon. Bye.